Thank you, Christina. Thanks, Christine. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning for another virtual coffee and a special session on screen, as we've been doing for the last few months. So my name is Yuda Saidoun. I am heading up a small cybersecurity solutions provider focused on leveraging AI and playing the cat and mouse game that cybersecurity has become. The objective of our committee over the last year has been really to enhance the positioning of Miami as the buoyant, vibrant, compelling city and business destination. That's not only an amazing place to live and work, but also a place where one can enhance her career and fulfill their professional wishes. So within that, the overall leadership of the tech committee has been seeing tech as a horizontal discipline that cuts through all the virtual verticals and functional areas, et cetera, et cetera. And so we focused on advancing the field through increasing peer-to-peer engagement and contributing to talent development. There's lots of team members have been very active in this, starting with the Beacon Council team, Christine, Maria, Yap, Christina, James, and also enthusiastic participation of many of those who are here with us today. Ken, who is the chair-elect and literally chair within the next couple of weeks, so special recognition to you, Ken. Carrie, who's been a dynamo, and Newton, who's been an amazing tech leader, Antonio from MDC, Ilona from DPA, a large number of people, too many to mention, but if you just look at the distribution list, you'll see. And today's topic, MiamiTech.Works, is really a result of a challenge that we launched, that the committee launched post-COVID, to develop some tangible, speedy, impactful projects that could be completed and launched within 3 months. So you probably all know about the social distancing device. You know about the Post-Recovery Alliance between the 3 universities, and this particular talent coalition to help Miami-Dade's residents to gain new technology skills, upskill, reskill, etc. And so I encourage everybody to please participate actively, take advantage of the tool, help spread the word, and engage your organizations and volunteer as much as you'd like to make this a huge success. So with that, I'll turn it over to Ken, who most of you know, and if you don't, you should know him. He's the VP of Global HR at Kaseya, one of the top unicorns in Miami, and as such, a active pole of talent development. And also, Ken has been an active thought leader in the talent field here in Miami, and definitely a visionary in terms of talent in Miami's tech scene. So with that, over to you, Ken. Please, a few words, and then we'll go from here.
Yuda, thank you so much for that very kind introduction. I think I'm going to hire you as my marketing manager from now on. That was phenomenal. I appreciate that. And as we get started, I want to echo much of what Yuda just shared in terms of the collaboration that it took to get this off the ground, and also echo the thanks out from myself as a leader of this sub-project within the Beacon Council Tech Committee. We founded 3 committees working on different projects. In the MiamiTech.Works outcome that we will be talking about today was the work of the talent development subgroup. But as we pull up some slides to share with you and talk through then exactly what came together in very short order, I think the first thing that I am most proud of actually is indeed the coalition and the teamwork that really rallied behind this idea. As we, and with Yuda's leadership, challenged the tech committee members to come up with impactful ideas in the wake of COVID, this was really an opportunity for us to then see and challenge ourselves around what is the biggest need in the community, and how can we add something very meaningful to what Miami-Dade really needs. And so with that, we looked at different options, and as Christine and the Beacon Council leadership shared out some of the subcommittees, I was thrilled to see that the talent development subcommittee was the one that almost immediately coalesced a number of what developed into a number of coalition partners from a whole host of various areas to address the unemployment needs that were created by COVID. And those of you who have been in Miami for a number of time, a longer period, may know that this is not necessarily something that is so common to have a number of coalition partners. And when I say a number of coalition partners, these are leaders from a number of the institutions that are so meaningful for the tech industry here. But I want to start here by talking about why did we do this and what were we ultimately trying to achieve. When we looked at the issues that were facing Miami-Dade County in the wake of COVID, as you all know, although it has improved since this time, the unemployment rate skyrocketed to double-digit rates compared to what it was at under 3%, which many were claiming at that time was already full employment. That was a big change for many of us to address. So how do we address that? Then we knew that a lot of the jobs that are found, even through networking and personal networks, are the main way to go about that. So how do you create that person to find a job? How do you create that same type of networking opportunity through a platform? So not losing that personal touch. And then we know that a lot of jobs that are out there that are posted on common social media sites aren't really available and are just to develop talent pipelines within certain companies. And first and foremost, or I guess last but most importantly, there is or was no central hub listing all of the reskilling opportunities and in general, all of the opportunities that are available in Miami-Dade County in the sense of a true one-stop shop. There were different pieces of this in various coalition partners, quite honestly, and yet the coalition that has been assembled, and you'll see the logos of many of the partners that came together very quickly. And I do want to shout out a number of those partners because until this initiative came about, and kudos to the Beacon Council for making this a possibility. Refresh Miami as an example, doing great work. 4Geeks Academy, of course, all of the universities, of course, WinCode, WinTalent, Emerge Americas, individually working and really pushing the tech industry forward. But to my knowledge, there has not been an initiative that has coalesced these coalition partners together in a way that this coalition really has done so quickly and around such a meaningful output, which is MiamiTech.Works. So the goal was to provide meaningful opportunities for re-employment as well as reskilling and upskilling opportunities for those affected by COVID. And what you'll see and hear from other coalition partners and individuals such as Carrie and Newton, and I want to give special recognition to them. Carrie was absolutely instrumental in bringing all of this together. She will talk here in a moment about the 3-month outcomes program that we were creating and the idea around this and how that coalesced around content, around technology, and really came together in what we now see here as the logo of MiamiTech.Works. But Newton as well, who will be speaking, he was instrumental of leading the team around the technology push to really make this a reality. And he too will speak and even highlight many of those team members. Finally, I want to give an extra shout out to the entire Beacon Council team, and certainly Christine, who was helping to lead this project from the very beginning, but also to Christina and to others at the Beacon Council who were so instrumental in helping us, at Crystal as well at the Beacon Council, for helping to lead much of the marketing effort around this. And then before I turn it over to Carrie, I wanted to make sure that I leave you all with an ask. You saw me highlighting the partners that are already involved. And again, thank you to all of those partners who have been so instrumental in this project. But that is not an end-all be-all list. We want and we encourage and we ask for your engagement. That can be engagement in providing content. It can be in providing jobs. If you know of companies that are hiring, if you yourself are hiring, please make sure to leverage this portal for that. But also it is to become involved by promoting the portal, sharing it and using your own networks, your own marketing resources to share this out to the community. This was indeed a 3-month pilot project, but created with the intention from the very beginning to extend well beyond that 3 months. And we see great value in this and are hearing tremendous feedback from the community. So if you can help us, please promote this and add even greater value, that would be much appreciated. So with that, I want to hand it over to Carrie Perez, who was absolutely instrumental in getting this off the ground and helping to lead this project as we brought it to fruition. So with that, Carrie, over to you.
Thanks, Ken. Good morning, everyone. As Ken mentioned, my name is Carrie Perez, and I currently lead General Assembly's campus here in Miami. We're a tech education company. We help adults career transition into tech by teaching 12-week boot camps in data science, coding, UX design, and then we also have part-time courses and workshops and career development. We just help to bring the professional community together. So that is why I was so invested in this project, not only because I spent 1.5 years of my life in Miami unemployed, so I knew exactly how deeply this was going to affect people in the most positive way, but because now I'm also interested in helping people reskill into technology, especially after COVID. So I'll be quick here. MiamiTech.Works, after Ken and the Beacon Council and UTA put us together, the members that you saw last slide, all the university, all the boot camps, Alchemy, which is a great software development shop here in Miami, founded by the 4Geeks team. Look at the data, which is our amazing data science instructor, Bernardo Lopez. We created task forces within the tech committee, with the talent committee, in order to find curated jobs. That was the first part. We knew that we needed to provide a fresh outlook into what jobs are actually available. So you will see that in just a second. We created a content team, which was, I just want to thank everybody, all the universities and all the boot camps had one person that coordinated and connected with me. Ironhack is also part of the coalition now. And they were the ones that sent me the information about what are these programs that people in Miami can learn, can take, can pay for, and can use to reskill and get a new job. So if you've been laid off from, from the hospitality industry or the restaurant industry or logistics, and maybe you were an IT professional, you've already studied computer science, but now you need to level up to cybersecurity or level up to data science. How can you get there? And what are some of those options that all of our Miami ecosystem can detail? So we have that. And then that's originally what the Beacon Council asked us to do, but we couldn't stop there. So I really thought we need career coaching. This is really what's missing. This is really, whenever I talk about the platform, what people get really excited about. And the team at Benjamin Douglas, Doug and Doug, they are two incredible tech recruiters that have been in the industry for quite some time, almost 20 years. and they have offered their time, essentially 6 sessions of 30 minutes every day for the people to be able to log in, connect with them, and list and ask questions about, hey, how should I do my resume? What does LinkedIn application look like now? What should be my next step? Or maybe it's, how do I break into tech, right? And so that's why we say that MiamiTech.Works, it is a platform, but it's really a career coaching program that is powered by this platform. And finally, the workshops and resources piece, we knew that we needed to promote these career development workshops and introduction to data science, introduction to cybersecurity, introduction to AWS. So these very entry-level classes so that people could connect with the content quickly. Because if we did it a one-time career fair, people could miss it. You know, maybe you couldn't come that day. Maybe work didn't let you off. Maybe your kids are going back to school and it's just chaos in your house. And so we wanted to have something that's not a one-time touch point, but rather the entire 3 months. So with that said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to introduce my partner in crime, who's Newton Porter, the founder of CareerScore, and that's literally the other half to what I have been doing. He led the platform team. He put together the technology. It was a team of 12 people, I believe, between Crystal, who's in the design team. So Newton, I'll hand it over to you to explain a little bit more about what we've been able to do.
Awesome, thanks, Carrie. And thanks to everyone for being here today. As Carrie mentioned, I'm Newt Porter. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Quitanda. I founded a company called CareerScore here in Miami, actually, that was acquired last year. And our product is now one of the flagship products of Quitanda, who provides a digital financing solution to schools. So CareerScore is a job tracking technology that helps job seekers at schools, at workforce agencies find jobs. So we're happy to bring that expertise to what we're doing here with MiamiTech.Works. As Carrie had mentioned, there's a lot of great resources and coalition members passionate about contributing and helping our talent networking community recover from COVID. And really, that's what MiamiTech.Works is about, is bringing together all these resources in a one-stop shop so that people can quickly access what they need, whether that's relevant jobs in the community, whether that's opportunities to upskill or coaching from the Benjamin Douglas team, as well as events. So before I jump in and show you the platform, I just want to highlight some of the key contributors. 4Geeks Academy, and I'm actually going to flip my slide here. 4Geeks Academy, and particularly Alejandro Sanchez, one of the co-founders at 4Geeks, who has been able to rally his community of alumni, and they've really put in a lot of the muscle behind actually building out this technology. Bernardo Lopez, who Carrie also gave a shout out, but he really deserves it. From Look at the Data, also a GA instructor in data science, who has really been the mastermind behind how we're getting jobs into the system and keeping them updated for folks looking at them. Crystal Rodriguez on the Beacon Council designed all the branding and logos, and really has been providing feedback throughout the process as we've been taking her branding and bringing it to life. And she also happens to have taken advantage of the upskill opportunities that we're providing on MiamiTech.Works, and is becoming a little bit more technical, adding to her design skills. And of course, General Assembly, who you all know, not only Carrie's contribution, but also what they're doing in content and in the skills, it's been invaluable. So I'm going to, I guess like one thing before I show you the product, life has changed in COVID. So just to kind of give you a glimpse of what we've been doing, this has been a volunteer workforce. Everyone's been putting in time on nights and weekends to really help the community and give back. So we've been hopping on Zooms, we've been working through Slack and just collaborating remotely to do, give back to a city that's given so much to us. And this is kind of what work looks like, as you all know, working behind the screen in the new world we live in. So without further ado, let me show you what it actually looks like, the live product. So, you know, as I mentioned, it's a resource hub to pull it all together, you know, jobs, skill pathways, career coaching, events and resources, and to kind of just jump into it. So the first kind of core part of what we've done is we pulled together amazing jobs from local companies. So those are both from, you know, us pulling jobs that we're finding from companies hiring locally or remote, as well as those from companies that are submitting them to us, coalition partners, people that Ken and Carrie have reached out to. As a job seeker, you can go and browse through opportunities that tie into the skill pathways. So let's say you're interested in UX, you can see relevant UX jobs. You can also see relevant courses that pertain to those UX jobs. So, you know, fresh jobs coming in from not only, you know, Bernardo's efforts in, you know, just pulling jobs available locally, but also you'll notice on the platform this post a job button. So the post a job button, if you're a company that's hiring or you know folks that are hiring, that'll allow you to submit jobs to our system so you can get it in front of people who are looking for these opportunities. And just to kind of pull it back into the next kind of core part of what we're doing here. So skills and skill pathways. So I want to be clear, you know, you might be hiring for kind of mid-level roles, you might be hiring for junior roles, and really this platform caters to both individuals. So if you're looking for someone who's kind of a mid-level or senior level, we do have some of those folks coming to the platform, so I don't want you to shy away from sharing those opportunities. And that's kind of mirrored by what we have in the skill pathways. And this is, you know, an effort that Carrie really helped champion in pulling together those who are offering different courses. So we have 24 courses across 9 skill pathways that are really what we see as kind of some of the future in what's happening in tech, not just in Miami, but everywhere. These cater to both those new to tech that are pivoting into this, you know, looking to reskill, you know, maybe laid off in retail, working in hospitality, and really trying to mix it up. So we have programs that allow you to start from scratch, and at the end of them, you could get a job, right? In tech, in this amazing tech community that we all know and love. And we also have opportunities for those who are already into tech and are looking for a lateral promotion. We offer easy to digest instructions for the different pathways and job outlooks. So people can immediately identify the economic opportunity created by these programs. So, you know, if I was looking at data science, I can immediately go and I could see the different courses provided by different programs here. So those are, you know, everything from, you know, coding boot camps like 4Geeks and General Assembly, who offer an array of programs, to universities who have certificate programs, to Microsoft, who has worked with us on this initiative. So really high quality education that can lead to gainful employment. And I know, because this is what I do, is I work with these programs to help folks find awesome jobs. And it's not just in upskilling, and it's not just in finding jobs, but we know that it can be challenging in job search when you don't have someone to talk to. And that's why we're really pleased to bring coaching into the mix. So whether you want to break into tech and you're really just not sure, you know, how to navigate, how what you've done in the past might connect to some of these skill pathways, how you might be able to parlay that into a new interesting position, or whether you already have a job in tech, you're looking for a change, maybe you want a promotion, and you want some of that fine-tuned coaching. Benjamin Douglas, as Carrie mentioned, has been gracious enough to offer their time to help you navigate some of the nuances of transition, whether you're already in tech or you're trying to break into it as well. We also, but wait, there's more. We also have amazing events and resources. So we have 20 events during this program. There's actually 5 next week, so you should go to MiamiTech.Works and check them out. Everything from, you know, productivity, you know, how to actually promote yourself without sounding like you're bragging, LinkedIn fundamentals, hiring spotlights, you name it, a way for you to get, you know, access to companies that are looking for people right now, a way for you to kind of fine tune your LinkedIn, your personal branding through workshops. It's another way that we are kind of pulling everything together that's happening in the community through MiamiTech.Works so that we can help people connect to the community and improve themselves. So that's the platform as it is today. You know, what's coming up in the pipeline and what's next. We're going to be adding, you know, more jobs, you know, fresher jobs, building into, you know, those skill pathways. So if you're a company who's hiring locally and you want to, you know, share opportunities that either you're hiring for, or you know someone who is hiring, please send them to MiamiTech.Works and, you know, have them post a job so that they can get distributed to all the folks who are hitting our site. We also have job guides, more workshops that are coming into the fold to help people as they navigate transitions due to COVID. And I will pull it back to here. And I'll just pause there. And we want this to be collaborative. There are a number of ways you can contribute, whether you want to dive in and contribute code and help on the platform, whether you're hiring. So I'll kind of open it up to the floor here, or if any other panelists want to jump in on any wants and needs. Thank you all so much.
You have a question in the chat. There you go.
I just saw it. Thanks. Thanks, Richard. So Richard's question, can we talk about sustainability and the need to keep job postings fresh? Does this require permanent staffing? So we have a data team who are working on a number of ways to keep postings fresh. But it is something that does at the moment requires us to take a look at every week. So there's 2 parts of that. One is technological contribution. So if you are an engineer and you're interested in contributing to our data pipelines as we're automatically pulling in jobs and keeping them up to date on the site, would love to talk to you. If you have a great network and you're hiring, or you know companies that are hiring, if you can send them to us and have them post jobs, that's the other way you can help ensure jobs are fresh. And I think there's actually an update that's going live later today to freshen up some of the jobs. I know we got a new wave of stuff we've been pulling in.
We also welcome, hello everyone, this is Christine with the Beacon Council. Just to really reinforce, we're also hoping to get more outreach partners to help get the word out as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, we have very quick weekly sessions, and we provide the content, fresh content weekly for you to push out to your network via social, newsletters, or otherwise as well. So we'd love to speak with you, or if you can tag an internal person at your office to be a part of the team as well. Let's see, do we have any questions in the chat or?
Actually, I would like to say something. Well, for anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Alejandro. I'm also helping out a lot in the tech part of the platform. I was really excited to join it. In my motivation, of course, you get motivated by helping the city and unemployment and everything. But as a geek, my biggest motivation to join the program, and I think we haven't highlighted this enough, and that's why I'm saying it, was more the collaboration, how the project was proposed to build was in a way that I've seen many projects succeed that way in the past, many tech projects. Like basically what I want or what we proposed and what I want you guys to hear is that this is a platform that it was not built by a staff, you know, like, I know that that's a common word and we can use it without thinking too much about it. But the question that Newton responded about if we need a permanent staff or something like that, I don't think we should see it like that. We should see it more like this is a platform for the city, and anyone that is involved in any way in the city's work life or workforce or talent network should be a part of it. You know, it should. And how do you do that? It's with collaboration. Like we need to keep pushing the same things that we have been pushing since day one. That basically is anyone that wants to contribute can contact Newt or can contact any of the members of the platform and basically help out. And we build it in an open source way. So in terms of software, this is built on top of GitHub. That is basically the platform that everyone, most of the major companies use to publish their software. And then anyone that wants to join and help out, they can do it without any permission. Basically, all we do is a final approval when we do the review of what you contributed, and everything is built in that way. Like also the list of jobs and everything, it's curated, but everyone is proposing stuff. So it's amazingly collaborative. And I've seen initiatives in other cities, like for example, the New York Tech Meetup was a tech community that was built, and it still is, but it has a different name now, that it was built this way, and it ended up being like one of the biggest actors in the ecosystem because they had all the statistics about jobs and they had all the connections with all the companies locally. So they were like this bread and butter of the tech community when New York was growing and was trying to beat San Francisco as one of the major tech hubs. And now basically they are at the same level, I guess, or a little bit lower. But it was an amazing tool to help boost that collaboration. And it's the first time that I see it in Miami, and I was really excited about it. And that's basically the reason I joined. And I encourage everyone to do the same, basically.
Thanks, Alejandro. Sorry, go ahead, Yuta or Ken.
No, please. I was just going to thank Alex also and ask if there are any other questions, comments, suggestions, participation. Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Any other questions?
Hi, Yuta. This is Crystal, Beacon Council. Hi, everyone. I don't really have a question as much as just wanted to contribute to what everyone's been saying. Just like Newt and Carrie and everyone has been saying, my contribution was a design. And I was really motivated to work on this project because I've always been, I've been one of those people who struggled to, go through the job process. And this definitely, especially for the tech industry, because it's in such high demand right now, and pretty much the foundation of the whole world. I think it's just such a great, project and a great opportunity for Miami. And just like Newt had mentioned, I actually took advantage, and I'm actually taking a course with GA right now. And I can attest that, the programs and all the partners and the companies that are participating in giving these reskilling opportunities to people are actually accessible. They're really interesting and they really do help. So I feel that everyone should really take advantage of this, and especially because it's in like high demand, like I said. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal.
Sure.
If I could, I wanted to just, I'm sorry, Ken, just wanted to quickly respond to Dr. Bookman mentioned accessing the target market that we're looking for, displaced workers and such. So we actually are engaged with CareerScore South Florida. They will assist us with outreach. As you know, they are really the go-to as far as supporting the upgrading the workforce, training grants and such, and they oversee much of the displaced worker engagement here for the county. So they are interested in being a partner. We actually have Alicia on the line from CareerScore South Florida. So we are engaging with them to support outreach moving forward.
Thank you for that comment, Christine. And one of the things, this is Ken, by the way, that I did want to mention is that I had alluded to it at the beginning that this was initially thought of as a 3-month pilot project. But as you can hear from the engagement of the team and see in the chats from the engagement from the entire community, this is something that will continue. And also, as we look forward to the next year, certainly this will be one of the elements of I'll say my tenure, if you will, as chair of the tech committee of the Beacon Council that will be embraced. And so I want to make sure that everyone knows that while this was intended as a 3-month pilot project, the success of the project will indeed continue. And this is something that absolutely will continue to be owned by the tech committee once my term begins, and certainly something I want to also give kudos once again to Yuta for putting this challenge out to all of the teams that have come up with not only this initiative, but other initiatives, but want to make sure that everyone on this call knows that this is something absolutely that will remain a key component of our initiatives and our value add to the community moving forward.
Well, I can only echo that, Ken. I think it's been a great experience for me over the last basically 2 years, first as vice and then as chair. And so I'm really happy to have been able to initiate something meaningful. To me, it was very meaningful, and I'm happy to know that you will take this forward together with all the team that's been participating. So it's great. It's a great feeling. Thank you. Other thoughts, comments?
Yeah. We have a hand raised. Noreen. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a question in the chat from Noreen. Because tech advances occur at a fast pace, planning for agility becomes critical. Is there a plan for ongoing exposure past initial immersion? Perhaps connection between technology and org development and capacity building comes into play.
Noreen, if you don't mind chiming in here, if you do have audio, I think I understand what you mean, but I don't want to make the assumption there necessarily. Can you explain a little bit more what you have in mind in that question, just to make sure we are answering it correctly?
Noreen?
Hi, good morning. Yes, can you hear me now?
We sure can.
Yes.
Okay, great. I had some technical difficulties here. So this has been a great presentation so far. I do think that because tech is really moves at a fast pace. I mean, we've gone from COBOL to Ruby on Rails to wherever we are now. And I think as we talk about skill building and capacity building for the organizations that workers will be involved with, it's really critical to make sure that around the tech skill building that we are looking at how agility and this design thinking component goes into place so that it helps not only the individual but the organization, and beyond that, the community as a whole. So I'm looking at it from kind of like a triangle perspective in terms of how we all reach potential. And that's why I'm asking if it sounds like this 3-month pilot or the ongoing webinars that you're talking about will facilitate growth for both the individual, the organization, and the community, because for the community to grow, the community has to have organizations that are producing jobs and producing life experiences for the people in the community. So it goes beyond the live, work, and play concept of Rich Florida. It goes into more the communitist involvement, if you will. So that's why I think this is so critical. So I hope that explains it.
I think it does, and maybe if I can take a first stab at an answer, I think it was one of the reasons why I was so emboldened, impressed, and thankful for the involvement of all of the coalition partners. What you just described is why, and I'll use myself as an example. I have multiple roles or wear multiple hats as the VP of Global HR for Kaseya. So bringing oftentimes the business perspective to many of these conversations about, yes, we can create a platform, yes, we can create skill building, but to your point as well, if those skills are not the most up-to-date skills that businesses need, then it is a lost cause. And so that business perspective of organizations like Kaseya and many others that are part of this coalition being involved is a critical component. But to your other point about communities, if we don't have the organizations from the community, the tech community and the broader community, so the education community, the tech community itself, the companies, the coding schools, as well as other key innovation spaces that are so central to building out these skills, then we again would have fallen short. What I'm so encouraged by is that all of them are part of this and are having that ongoing dialogue to make sure that the learning opportunities, upskilling, reskilling opportunities also are matching with real job skills that are posted, but also talked about regularly in dialogue with the leadership of this subcommittee in order to make sure that we are matching. What Carrie pointed out, a lot of what this portal is designed to do is to create matches. So through the one-on-one coaching to help someone understand how their skills can help them land that job, through a matching the jobs available to skill sets that are there. If they are lacking skills, to guide someone to a reskilling or upskilling opportunity. So I think that's, at least from a conceptual standpoint, how we are working within the committee to do just what you're describing, and how I think it is different than many of the initiatives that I've seen in the past in terms of just wanting to create a portal that would, let's say, just have jobs, or a portal that would just talk about events in the community. I think that is the uniqueness, one of the areas of uniqueness and the central one of this initiative overall. Did that help answer your question, Noreen?
Yes, it did, because I think that the platform you're talking about really takes us beyond STAID, if you will, or just initial growth, and looks into what we're going to need for the new landscape, which is adaptive measures and resiliency. I mean, so you're talking about upskilling and reskilling really feeds right into that. We all have to become more adaptive and more resilient, if you will, to meet the challenges of today and tomorrow's new world, whatever that looks like. And I think that, you know, we have to go way beyond contingency planning or just regular skill building than we ever have thought of going before. So thank you. That does answer it.
Great.
I'd like to also recognize Sonia, who's participating now from Miami-Dade County Public Schools. They also are on board as partners, and particularly to access the network of parents that are displaced right now or may be interested in reskilling opportunities. So Sonia, thank you for your efforts and participation, and also connecting us with the right resources. Any more thoughts or questions, everyone?
I see lots of connections in the chat on the side, so I'm happy that there's a few sparks being lit here, and hope that there'll be a lot of good outcome from that also. You're on mute, Christine.
No, I was saying I see a lot of activity and networking for sure. Let's see. I'd like to, if we can, okay. Yes, the outreach meetings are on Thursdays at 2:30. So we have one taking place today, and we typically share information for outreach with everyone Thursday afternoons before the meeting and review it as well. So it's a pretty robust group of organizations that are participating with lots of ideas. And today we'll be connecting at 2:30. So if you'd like to participate today to get things started, just send me an email. I'll share my email in the chat. And much of it is really, we're moving towards brainstorming more about creative avenues of getting the word out there, and also unlocking the untapped groups that we're not reaching at the moment as well, to ensure success of the platform.
Yeah, and I have to say, really, the enthusiasm, the commitment, the participation of everybody has been amazing. Literally, from the very first meeting we had, both in terms of leadership as well as in participation. This was a great group. This is a great group, and of course, it'll continue. Any other thoughts, questions, remarks? Christine, maybe some words of,
We will
or
unmute you.
Any words of conclusion? No? So I guess maybe we just, okay, go ahead.
I just think if there's no more comments or questions from the group, I'm encouraged by what I see in the chat. I appreciate everyone who did join the call today. I want to thank all of the coalition team members, from the coding schools to the universities to the Beacon Council to partners such as eMERGE as well, to Refresh Miami. Again, there's too many to call out individually, but I'm so thankful for all of those coalition partners. Want to thank the leadership once again at the Beacon Council, and of course Yuta for his leadership. If you'd like to get involved, feel free to reach out to any of us, whether that's Christine, who has acted as the liaison for this, Yuta through his leadership of the tech committee, myself, Carrie, Newton, and we will plug you in accordingly. We're looking for more partners, and it's only going to be through the continued involvement of those in this community that this initiative will continue to thrive. So I want to make sure to leave us with that challenge, not just the challenge of helping to promote it, but to become involved. We know that it's the local champions who ultimately are the ones responsible for the success or failure of any initiative in the local community. So we welcome your involvement, we welcome your continued commitment, and thank you once again to all of those who are already so engaged. With that, I'll pass it back to Yuta for any closing comments he may have.
Well, nothing else but thanks to everybody, and lots of success in this. I will not necessarily be involved in a formal position, but I'll certainly continue involved on a personal level by myself, and still very happy to help, assist, open doors, and do anything that I can to make sure that this is a huge success. So thanks everybody again. And thanks to every single one, as well as those we don't see on the screen because they're not panelists, but all the 50 participants who are with us. Thank you all for having made the time today.
Thank you, everyone. We'll send the recording from the session.
All right, all the best. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You will.